Hey guys, welcome to the Tone Show. My name is Anthony Tone Nunez, and today I'm talking about The Defender Season 1. So before we get started, guys, if you guys are watching this, make sure you've seen The Defender Season 1, because I'm going to have spoilers out the bazoo. I just made that word up. We're going to have mass spoilers in this one. So if you guys haven't seen The Defender Season 1, pause this, go binge on that, and come back and we'll have a conversation about it after, okay? So let's get started. First couple of episodes, it was a really slow start. We already seen Daredevil season 1 and 2. We seen Jessica Jones season 1. We seen Luke Cage season 1. We seen Iron Fist season 1, which was probably the most lackluster one of all. We've seen all of those. I think the writers for this show, or the person who wrote these first episodes, it took too long to get our characters together. We already seen them. We've seen their backstories. I don't think it should have taken this long to introduce us to all the characters and put them all together for us. So it was a very slow start from the beginning. I think in the first episode they should have outlined who the villain was, what they're facing, what's the danger, and get all our characters in together so we can kick some ass. That should have happened in the first couple episodes, and it took too long to get our characters together. Once you did put them together, the dynamic between the actors I thought was good, but I believe the writers didn't give them enough there to actually make it juicy. For example, you guys missed out, the writers, on a great opportunity here. When we saw Iron Fist face Daredevil, like comic book 101, take your heroes, turn them against each other. Find some reason for them to fight each other. You guys did that, but it wasn't all out. Like, I would have loved to see a much bigger brawl. And the fact that it took almost 3 of them to take out Iron Fist, come on. We should have had much more battles. Like, there should have been a reason that Jessica Jones fights Daredevil when he meets him. This would have been easy, guys, as far as the writers. You guys should have put it so Jessica Jones has to face Daredevil. Let's say she runs into him in the back alley. They're both following the same person. This was easy, guys. Write that in there. Let's see Jessica Jones face against Daredevil. Another thing I didn't like, Jessica Jones, you guys held her back. What was her power setting? Throughout the whole first season, I didn't know what her power setting was. From watching the show, she seems like she can almost leap to the point where she can fly. She's also like invulnerable, and she's super strong. She lifted a cab once, like she just picked up the car while it was running. So I feel like they depowered her a lot, and I'm gonna get to the reason why they did that. They depowered Jessica Jones a lot. So once you put the characters together, you missed out on a great opportunity for them to fight each other. And yes, Luke Cage did fight Iron Fist. I saw that, but I don't know. I think it would have been really interesting if there would have been a 4-way brawl taking place, and that would have been really exciting. Moving on. So you missed on the opportunity to have this big brawl, have character versus character, fight versus fight. I think you guys just touched on that. They should have touched on that much more. That should have been its own episode. Maybe Luke Cage is hunting the Iron Fist or something. I don't know. Another thing, besides depowering Jessica Jones, I feel like since each of these characters had their own series, we saw what they were capable of. And this series, one of the things that excited me, besides the fact that they were all going to meet, is the fact that they were all going to have all these characters who we know already, and we know their backstories, and we know the supporting characters, and we're going to have, much more power, like much more like unleashed power, right? So I thought the fact that these 4 were coming together, they're going to be facing a menacing enemy. So you guys missed out on another opportunity as far as the writers here, because if you got these 4 superheroes coming together, give me a real supervillain team. Bring me some people to the table that are worthy of these 4. And I feel like that's another reason that Jessica Jones was so depowered in this series, is because you guys didn't give us a sufficient villain. And the villains that you give, there was not one costume, y'all. Give me one costume. Come on. How are you going to not give me a costume? Like, there wasn't any costumes, really. They should have faced people in costumes. This is a comic book show. There should have been people in costumes. And yes, the costumes aren't really matching of the comic book, besides the fact that Daredevil has, his costume, kind of. But you don't have the Iron Fist mask. We don't have, Luke. Well, Luke Cage, and his costume is kind of like his costume, the colors. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is, like, this is a comic book show. The villain should have been somebody in a costume they fought. They missed an opportunity there. Also, you should have built up the villain a little more. We know Madame Gao from Daredevil and Iron Fist, but you should have given it somebody else. Maybe it would have been interesting if they killed the Purple Man, but it would have been interesting if you brought maybe a Daredevil villain, like bring I don't know, bring somebody back from the dead, or bring bring Bullseye or something, and bring a Luke Cage villain, and bring a Jessica Jones villain, and of course an Iron Fist villain, and put them together like the Hand, and then face them. So a sinister group of villains would have been a great challenge for this group, and we didn't get that. Maybe these guys are from the comic books, but I'm not familiar with these other villains, the other fingers of the Hand. Besides the guy that we saw in Iron Fist. The guy who was training Danny's girlfriend and Madame Gao. But I don't know, like even Sigourney Weaver's character, give us some more backstory. Let's see her kicking more ass and see how formidable she is and why should we be scared of her. The fact that it took Electra, who we already seen before and who they killed in the end of the Daredevil's season 2. Like I don't know. Even if she is the Black Sky and she came back from the dead. I don't know. I just felt like she should have been more kick-ass. It should have been a more powerful villain, maybe a powerful supervillain team, and make the threat much more dangerous. Now, as far as the threat, I thought the threat should have been bigger. Yes, the Hand has their fingers and everything, and cops, police, and different governments, but the threat should have been bigger. The threat should have been to New York City. It should have been an imminent threat. The Avengers, I know it's the Avengers, but the Avengers storyline. One of the things that makes those movies so good is that the threats to the whole planet. We need the Avengers to defend the planet. These aliens are coming out in New York City, right? The event. Give us an event for New York City. Like, just put New York City in danger. Put Hell's Kitchen in danger. Put Harlem in danger. But make it an imminent threat that everybody knows what it is. Don't give us this shadowy group that's working in the background. Meanwhile, you have this police captain. Somebody should have hit him, y'all. The whole time I'm waiting for, like, he's going to believe when they slap him in the face with some ninjutsu. Didn't happen. So give us a real threat. Put the city in threat. Put a meteor shower or I know these guys are street level fighters and they don't fight, like the Scroll or something, but give us a real street threat that's more visible and terrorize the city more. Like show us the viewers what's really at risk here. And I feel like the writers missed out on that by giving the Hand the villain role and making it so secretive. We should have had a villain that was exposed and everybody's looking now like, we need Daredevil. That should have happened. So that's the reason I think Jessica Jones was so depowered through the series. I really wanted to see her either jump or attempt to fly or something. It didn't happen because the villain she was facing, like she should have been doing like this to these Hand people and just knocking them out, like finger, flick. That basically, and her fighting style is just throwing people on the ground. It's kind of like Luke Cage's fighting style. They should have done a cannonball, kind of like the Hulk and Wolverine or something. I don't know. But if we would have had a more superpowered villain, we would have had more superpowers on display on the hero end. And I feel like, again, the writers kind of missed out on that. As far as the destruction to New York City and the villain they faced, the Avengers, they wrecked the whole city when they fought the freaking aliens, right? So the Defenders, they just wrecked one building. So I was just thinking in my head, if you think about on Luke Cage when they messed up the barbershop, they blew up the barbershop, and Jessica Jones blew up his bar. Like one building is actually descaling from what we've seen already. It should have been multiple buildings. And I know, yeah, they had an earthquake and there were cars overturned. It should have been multiple buildings exploding at the end. The impact again should have been much bigger. It should have been more danger. We should have been in more danger, guys. And I feel like, again, the writers missed out on that point. They should have made it much bigger threat, much more explosives, much more things going boom. Yeah, you can see the characters of Danny and Luke Cage have chemistry. And the characters have chemistry and the actors have chemistry. They should have expanded on that. There should have been more buddy moments there. There should have been more laughs, besides the little bit of a fighting. There should have been a little bit more of that. Jessica Jones and Daredevil, when they were interacting and he was not in costume, that was one of the little pieces of gold that we saw. There should have been more little interactions between the characters. There should have been more jokes. Luke Cage has slept with almost everybody on this show, and Jessica Jones has slept with a lot of people. There should have been little more quips at that. And I don't know, they missed an opportunity to put Night Nurse versus Jessica Jones. I know that she's not in her power level, obviously, but it would have been cool because I don't think Rosario Dawson's character Claire would back down. So it would have been interesting if there was some type of like three-way fight there for Luke Cage or something. I also feel like as far as they did really good. I like those little interactions between the characters, between the different heroes. And I even like the little interactions between the supporting cast. Like we've seen these supporting people in other shows already. Foggy, Jessica's her sister, Luke Cage's who do we have for Luke Cage? Oh yeah, the cop, the cop. I had a moment there. No, we had the cop from Blue Cage, but I feel like all these characters in their individual shows, like they were very hard to keep a hold on and keep safe because they were all very independent and strong thinkers. You know, they had their own ideas and their own motives in the shows, and it was amazingly easy how the writers were able to corral them all at the police station and just keep them all in this room and say, "Hey, for your own safety, stay here." When does that ever work? Come on. When does that ever work? The Flash can never get anybody to be in a room together. It never works. Oh, someone's always in danger. So the fact that they were able to keep all their people safe in one room and none of these headstrong people got out was a little doubtful, writers. And I believe the fact that you guys had this opportunity. What if all the supporting cast joined together and went on a mission together? Yes, I know. Iron Fist's girlfriend, she left with the sword. But what if all of them had left? What if there were more danger? That was a missed opportunity. I feel like one, it was unbelievable for me that all these people stayed in the room, being that in their individual series they were so hard to contain and just keep put. And two, they cooperated a little more. Even Foggy, he came around. He gave Daredevil the suit. Go ahead and save the city. I felt like there was too much cooperation. That it was a little bit too convenient for the writers to keep these people in the room. There should have been more danger. And the Hand, they should have showed the danger the Hand is by attacking that police station and kicking some ass. But it didn't. It didn't happen. So I feel like that was a missed opportunity, but that's one of the moments that I did enjoy when the different people from the different supporting people got together and got to meet each other's characters. I thought that was pretty cool. But I felt that some of them should have went on their own way and they should have escaped and they should have been put that precinct in danger and show that police captain what the hell he's facing. So missed opportunity there. As far as Electra, like we didn't know what the hell her motivation was throughout the whole series. Is she a super killer in this dark black sky? Does she love Matt? Does she want to be with Daredevil? Like her motive, I think one of the things that makes a really good character. Yes, mystery is great. The Joker has a lot of mystery. We don't know what the fuck his backstory is. But give us motivation. We know the Joker wants to see the world burn. What's Elektra's motivation? We didn't see it here, guys, and I believe that's one of the things that really hamstringed and hampered her character. We never really knew what she wanted up to the end. We don't know what she wanted. We don't know if she survived, but we don't know what she wanted. And speaking of surviving, why did you show us that Daredevil survived? I know there's going to be Daredevil season 3, and I know you're not going to kill off Daredevil, but give us a little bit of mystery. Don't show it all to me, baby. Hold back. I feel like they should have not let us know that Daredevil survived. They should have kept that to themselves. The fact that Iron Fist was on the top of that roof doing his best Daredevil / Dark Knight impression, that was pretty cool. And I thought it was like, oh, the Daredevil's back. They should have ran that. Maybe Iron Fist season 2 is Iron Fist trying to be Daredevil in a Daredevil suit. That would have been exciting. Come on, writers, I'll give them all out for free. So that was that. So I feel like Electra's motivation wasn't clear enough. That would have been a better show if she was more clearly motivated. When she killed freaking Sigourney Weaver's character, that was some straight deep blue sea type shit right there. I did not expect that to happen. So kudos, writers. I was kind of impressed. At the same point, if Sigourney Weaver survived so many years and she's such a badass and she's already dying, what was the point of killing her there? Send her out in the glory in a fight. Show us her moves. Throw a costume on her. Come on. I'm giving them out for free, people. So, yeah, it was shocking that he killed her. I have to give you guys dap on that because I was like, I was kind of surprised. But at the same point, if she's such a badass and she's so clever that she's kept these other fingers in check for so long, how did she not see the black sky revolting? How did she not see that? So, would have been really cool if we seen the Punisher out of nowhere come out, right? A little bit more surprises like that would have been really cool. And I think that her killing Sigourney Weaver's character was very surprising. So kudos to you writers. You guys did that well. As a whole, I'm a little bit disappointed. Let's just put it out there. I was excited. I was going in excited. Like you didn't have to get me there. I was already excited, and my excitement kept falling as the episodes kept going along. And I was a little bit disappointed. And as a whole, as what happened here, we should have gotten more bang for our buck. We have these 4 great characters. We know their backgrounds. We should have seen more ass kicking. There should have been more explosion. There should have been more fighting. There should have been more throwing people over buildings. And whoa, there should have been buildings toppling over. And I don't know, give it to us. I know Netflix. The budget would have been crazy, but it would have been worth it. It would have been really worth it, guys. It would have been worth it. So, I don't know. I feel like you really depowered these guys. You didn't show us the flash and bang that we needed. you gave us some chemistry, and I enjoyed it. There should have been more chemistry in there. Even Jessica Jones, like her character, like she's such that anti-hero, and it would have been really good to see her go against the group more, go on her own. And you guys played on that. The writers played on the fact that all of them didn't want to cooperate. That's typical of every comic book team, right? We don't want to work together. We're solo players. Well, you guys did work together, and it would have been great if you guys actually assembled and formed a better plan and did some more destruction along the way. That Stick scene when they killed Stick, that was pretty badass. I didn't see that. Stick was one of the best moments of this whole series. Not just the actor. The actors, I give him credit. That's a good actor. That guy knows how to play a good Stick. But also his character, he was badass. He's like, option number 3, we take out the Iron Fist. Ooh, honorable Iron Fist dead. So that would have been really cool, right? So I feel like those little moments where we had players who we weren't expecting to go that way were one of the best surprises. And again, the little surprises we got were the best moments in my opinion, and the little interactions we got between the characters were the best moments in my opinion. But in a show that's supposed to be about comic book heroes that don't wear costumes, we should have seen more costumes. I don't know. We should have seen more Luke Cage crazy costumes, right? We should have seen more explosions. We should have seen more fighting, more flying, more superpowers. Put the whole city in danger. I said it already. So that's why I'm a little disappointed. I'm hoping that the individual series take the momentum they have from this, and they just take this momentum, whatever momentum was built from this show, and take it further. I'm looking forward to season 3 of Daredevil, season 2 of Iron Fist. Hope they put Iron Fist season 2 much better. Danny's character was so annoying, y'all. He's still annoying, but you know what? I understand that's how his character is supposed to be. A lot of people at home are like, damn, Danny's so damn annoying. Danny be like, can I have some Chinese food? I want some chicken fried rice. And by the way, did I tell you that I'm the immortal Iron Fist? Everybody and their mother knows who you are, Danny. Daredevil's over here running around with pantyhose over his head. You're telling everybody and their mama who you are. It was annoying, but it was a little bit fun. I'm at the point where I find it fun. Luke Cage was typical Luke Cage. And Jessica, I think she was one of the bright spots in the show, even though she was depowered. So let's hope that Jessica Jones season 2 comes out slamming, that Luke Cage season 2 comes out slamming. And I'm looking forward to Punisher. Punisher's coming out next. And I hope that Netflix doesn't hold back and gives us a real Punisher. I'm talking about shots everywhere, bloody, right? Because that's the Punisher. So I'm looking forward to that stuff. So season 1 was it was good. It was a little bit under good. I'm excited that it happened. I'm excited that it happened. Let's put it like that. You know when you get laid, you're like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. It happened. So I'm kind of happy, but it wasn't that great. I don't know where I'm going with this. So anyway, this is the Tone Show. I'm looking forward to season 2 whenever it happens still. Let's put it like that, okay? So that's what I thought. This is the Tone Show. Subscribe and like for more Tone Show thoughts and Tone Show reviews. Tone Show out. I don't know what this is. I'm doing this now. What the hell?